Welcome back. Wonderful to be here. And it's wonderful to see you, best friend Emily. Alright. Turn the sound back on for this game. Close the music for the intro. Alright. Today, we're playing Warframe. Not only because it's TennoCon, but also because it just feels right. You know? It's long overdue. Listen, I have a lot that I want to do in this game, but while we have many things on our to-do list, all of them are going to be put on the back burner for TennoCon 2026. You'll never guess where I'm at.
The sector is under control.
Is it 4 letters? Is it a 4-letter word? What we do a capture, but it's a meso. I don't have a ton of meso pictures right now. There's a capture Neo. Okay, that's fun. There's a ton of captures. Okay, we are popping off. First off, let's go visit Barrow. Where is he, actually? Where's Barrow? Am I blind? Why do I not see his little notification? Hello? Where are you? Where is Barrow right now? Oh, it's on Earth. Okay. How did I not see it? Barrow's TennoCon relay. Oh, it wasn't showing up as a notification. Oh my god. I was having a stroke. Dude. I thought I was actually going crazy, but there just wasn't a notification for it, which is strange because I have not visited the TennoCon 2026 relay yet. Like, I haven't been there. Therefore, there should be a notification because we haven't, like, checked that box yet. We haven't even been to this location yet. That was strange. Had me really confused. So I want to see first and foremost what wonderful
vastness of the void to provide delights for the discerning customer.
I want to see what wonderful things Barrow can provide us. All right. I have 315 ducats in my pocket right now, which is not a lot, admittedly. And there's so much here. First things first, anything that is just gonna cost us credits, for example, these community glyphs. First off, this one is sick. This looks so cool. We're obviously purchasing that for 1
Perhaps
credit.
you'll come to one of my next parties?
The 1999 Drippy glyph is hilarious. We went from insanely cool artwork to just meme. We'll also purchase that for 1 credit.
All your ducats? Well, keep wondering.
I have a bad feeling that a lot of these other items here are going to be ducats and not credits. Yeah. Now, on the bright side, I have a lot of these things already, which is kind of nice. Makes me feel like I'm accomplished. Like I don't know. I'm not behind on the game. It's less overwhelming knowing that I've obtained a lot of these items already. But there's also a ton of stuff we don't have, which does kind of suck. We're in this awkward middle ground where we're definitely going to need to grind ducats. I definitely want... Realistically, this sucks. I want any weapon that I have yet to MR. So any weapon you have here that I have not mastered. Oddly enough, I've mastered the Prisma Obex and then got rid of it. I no longer own it. What? Same with the Prisma Grinlock. Maybe because I have a different version of the Grinlock that I like better? Am I an idiot? Asking for a friend, am I an idiot? I don't even have an explanation for that, boys. I'm gonna be honest. Hello, brother. The only thing I can do is ask myself why. What did I do with my Prisma Grinlock? Unless I got rid of it because I have a better version of the Grinlock. Let's check. Let's test that theory. I don't. Did I just hate the weapon that much that I sold it? But why would I do that? Because I usually try to keep at least one of every weapon. Dang, I might just be an idiot. That's fine. Is it fine? Not really. It's not that fine, but we're gonna pretend like it's fine. Alright. We're 10 minutes into the stream and I'm already mad at my former self. I don't even know when I did that. It had to have been years ago. Because I took like a 4-year-long break from the stream. From the stream? Yeah, no, from the game. I took a 4-year-long break from live streaming. No, I took like a 4-year-long break from this game. And it must have been back then that I did that. I can't think of any logical, reasonable, recent time I would have sold that weapon. Because I've only started playing this game again within the last year. No, I can confidently say we have not sold a Prisma weapon this year. So I had to have done it like 4 years ago, if not longer ago. And now I'm just mad at myself from 4 years ago. Because why would I do something that's stupid? What is wrong with me? I'm just sad.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
I think I'm just sad. Something gotta be wrong with me, brothers.
Success. The captain
It's fine.
is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
I mean, to be fair, like 4 years ago, I barely knew how to play this game. I didn't know up from down, left from right, let alone like what a good weapon or a bad weapon was. I didn't even know what a rare weapon in this game was. When I first started playing this game, I literally was just going off of information from friends. So I would play with friends and just follow their advice. I didn't do any of my own research, and I very rarely knew what was going on. Like, I had no knowledge behind my gameplay. But nowadays, I'm smart enough to know not to just trash a Prisma weapon. Like, I'm smart enough to know not to get rid of a Prisma weapon. And therefore, the fact that we just proved factually that I did get rid of one in the past, that 4 or 5 years ago, I just decided to trash the Prisma Grinlock, it makes my heart hurt. I hate when my past self fucks stuff up for my future self. It's like a constant, never-ending feeling. I'm constantly just screwing up stuff for my future self. I'm probably fucking things up for myself right now that in 5 years' time I'm gonna absolutely be pissed about. But it's okay.
Great work. I am pleased.
It's honestly how I felt when I tried to play with you that one time. I mean, at least you were an observant and willing participant. You know, whether it was real or not, even if you were pretending, it seemed like you cared. You actually enjoyed playing the game with me. I've tried to play this game with people, and they just very clearly don't give a fuck. Which, I can't blame them. Like, this game's not for everyone. But, at that point, I'd almost rather they don't placate me, you know? I'd rather not just play pretend with them. I'm an adult, alright? You can tell me you don't like the game. I feel like I've definitely become that type of person nowadays where like people will message me and they'll be like, Caleb, play Dead by Daylight with me, and I'm like, I would rather do
You are here
anything else with my
You
life.
must find, capture, and extract our target.
Like, I know I'm a part of some very toxic communities, and I play a lot of degenerate games, but the last thing I'm gonna do is add another one to that list. Like, fuck that. I'm not playing Dead by Daylight. I'm an adult married man. Last thing I'm trying to do is have my wife leave me because I started playing Dead by Daylight.
Well done, Tenno. Your relic is open. Mission complete.
But again,
Captain has been escorted to
I
the
can at least be
extraction
honest with
point. Well
my
done.
friends about that when they ask me to play games with them. And I also don't judge my friends who play Dead by Daylight. Like, I'm not sitting here talking shit about them behind their backs or ending friendships with people because they play Dead by Daylight. I just will never fucking do that at any point or any day in my lifetime. Not a moment of my life will be spent on Dead by Daylight. That's all. When are we gonna play Pokemon but in Fortnite? I saw that clip going really viral on Twitter recently of the like Pokemon game in Fortnite, but it's just complete brain rot. And then I saw another clip get popular today of what I guess the developer of that game though calling, or maybe it was a Roblox game. I think it was a Roblox game. There probably is a Pokemon in Fortnite, but the clip I'm referencing is Pokemon in Roblox, and the developer was like, I need to add better what was the setting they were calling it, like, fuck, why am I blanking? Sorry, I worked a 10-hour shift today, so I'm like really burnt out. My brain is fried. Like, oh my god, why am I blanking? What was the setting they called it? It was like motion blur, but so people don't get sick. Motion sickness setting. Something like that. They called it something really weird. A setting that I've never seen in like a video game. I don't care about any of these things. Yes, anyways, back to my rant. Apologies. I got a little off topic there. I saw this Roblox developer who's making a Pokemon knockoff in Roblox go really viral because their game was just complete slop. It looked like brain rot, and that was unsurprising considering it was a Roblox game. But then their game went kind of viral again today because they were talking about adding a motion sickness setting to their game. And the motion sickness setting literally changed nothing. So like the original clip of the Pokemon game is like one Pokemon hitting another Pokemon with a frying pan. And let's pretend my character in Warframe is the monster getting hit with a frying pan. Without the motion sickness setting on, it goes like, with the motion sickness on, it goes, there's like no difference, and people were just shit talking this developer because they couldn't even turn down the motion blur and the physics and particle effects and animations, because they knew that if they turned that stuff off, the brain rotted kids that are playing their Roblox game wouldn't be interested enough to keep playing. So even with a motion sickness setting, there's still motion sickness. Like, why even have a motion sickness setting at that point? You're just lying to yourself and to your players. Now, granted, I do think people were going a little hard and maybe being a little too visceral against this person because they were already annoyed from the clip that went viral a day or two ago of the Pokemon knockoff game in Roblox, how dumb, slop, brain rotted it was. Like, it just was very clearly not a good game. But I kind of agree with them. Like, I'm not gonna, be a complete asshole to this Roblox developer like some other people are online. However, with a little less
Mission complete. The captive has been escorted
animosity
to the extraction point.
in my
Well
voice, I can acknowledge that, like, the problem with Roblox, Fortnite, even low-key Minecraft, a game I love, the problem with these, like, sandbox-type games and the way they're run
done. The relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find
is
out
they
what's inside.
encourage people to not make anything new or creative, but just copy whatever is popular in the gaming scene and make the worst, just completely pirated, plagiarized version of it on that platform. So, like, Mecha Chameleon's popular. Alright, we're making it a pirated version of it on Fortnite, Minecraft, Roblox. And that version's going to be 10 times worse. But at least this way, you are offering it up to people who don't have the game. And that's, like, I don't know. I'm going off on a rant. Let me read the chat, and then I'll catch back up on what I was saying. I realize I'm going down a rabbit hole and not reading chat, and that's maybe a bad thing. I should stop going on this rabbit hole. I thought you were going to say jiggle physics. Listen, I'm always down for jiggle physics. I would never rant about jiggle physics. I'm in support, fully. I was going to say that kind of sucks, but it does sound like the person putting no effort into it. Yeah, and now that we're caught up on chat, I can kind of go back to my rant. Like, there are some people who argue in favor of having those knockoff games available, and they, like, support them. I see people online actively encourage people to not only create, but play knockoff versions of Pokemon, as we discussed earlier, or Mecha Chameleon, which is a new trendy game, on Roblox or Fortnite. And one of the talking points, the arguments they use for why they support it is because, well, not everyone has a PC where they can go play, Mecha Chameleon. Not everyone has a Nintendo Switch 2 where they can go play the newest Pokemon game. So these developers on Roblox creating knockoffs of it allow it to be accessible to anyone who has Roblox. But to me, both as, like, a hardcore, very passionate gamer, and also just someone who grew up publishing short stories and is also very passionate about writing and just art in general, I can't help but see it as, like, plagiarism when it comes to art, And when it comes to gaming, just like watered down slop. Like, I view it almost completely the opposite. Like, why would you encourage people to go play a worse version of Pokemon on Roblox, or a worse version of like whatever's new, hot, and trendy, whether it be Lethal Company a couple years ago, Peak last year, or Mecha Chameleon right now? Why would you encourage people to go play that game on Roblox instead of supporting the actual game devs creating those original games, those original works of art? When instead, a lot of the people making these games on Roblox, a lot of these developers, which I don't even feel comfortable calling a lot of them developers, are just trying to profit off of what's trendy. Like, they're just trying to scam kids out of Robux. Which is why when a Roblox version of like Mecha Chameleon pops up, it has very predatory pay-to-win elements that involve you like spending Robux in order to have an advantage in the game, where you can hide a little bit better or a little bit faster. Maybe you can paint your character with a little bit more details and colors to blend into the background. Like, to me, that's fucking stupid, and it pisses me off.
Blood feeds me, even my own.
Another job well executed.
I would far rather support the original creators of something than someone stealing an idea, watering it down, and plagiarizing it. The argument of, well, now it's available for more people because it's on Roblox, doesn't sit well enough with me. It's at least not enough of an argument, not a good enough one, for me to care and change my opinion. And I also, again, going back to my original point that got us on this topic in the first place, like, I just feel like the people who make those like Roblox games or Fortnite maps frustrate me, because I consider myself a very creative person.
You are here to find
Whether
our
it be
target and
with
bring them to the extraction point.
my
Happy
live
hunting.
streams, the video content I used to make, don't really make a ton of video content anymore. The only video content I really do is live, not a ton of YouTube content nowadays. Maybe we'll bring it back someday. But like, whether it be live stream content, video content, or even like the short stories I publish, like the written content I've produced,
Your relic is opened.
I consider myself a very
Success.
creative
The
person,
captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations,
and the
Tenno.
content that I create is stuff that I try to always kind of put my own flair on, you know? Like, when I write a short story and publish, like, works of fiction, I'm not just copying whatever's popular. For example, what the hell? Hello? I thought I heard my wife saying my name, but I think she was talking to the dog. That just scared me. It was like the Lord was calling my name from above. Quite literally from above, because I'm in the basement and she is above me on the main floor. It's so funny. No, going back to my point, like, when I like publish short stories and write fiction, specifically I write like kind of dark fiction, dips into like the genre of horror and gore sometimes. Like, because I write horror, I'm not just copying a Stephen King book. I write my own shit. So I have very little respect for these Roblox developers who are just copying whatever game is popular and then trying to make it pay to win or throwing in some cosmetics here and there to get kids to steal their parents. I can't fucking speak. In order to encourage kids to steal their parents' credit card, buy Robux, and spend it on these shitty, plagiarized Roblox games. Like, I struggle to find respect for those types of Roblox developers. Now, there are a lot of Roblox developers out there making their own shit, making original shit, and that's cool. Like, a lot of very popular games out there right now have come out of Roblox. But it's almost become few and far between, like a very small minority compared to all the shit on Roblox right now that's just slop or brain rot or plagiarized content. Like, very rarely nowadays are you going to see something on Roblox that's original and good. Because that takes time and creativity. And it takes actual work instead of just copy and pasting Mecha Chameleon into Roblox. Like, people have to actually care about the art, craft of creating games. And why would they care about that when they can just scam kids out of their fucking Robux? I guess they're not technically scamming, they're earning that money in very devilish ways, in my opinion.
Success.
I wouldn't be able to
Congratulations, Tenno.
be proud about the way I made that money, about the way I made my living, nor would I be able to proudly talk to people in my real life about what I do for a living if I was like one of those brain rot Roblox like developers. And that's something I think we've talked about a lot on stream. Like, I oftentimes on stream have talked about my constant turmoil back and forth between doing what's easy in life versus doing what, like, I can be proud of at the end of my life. I guess it's just it literally is just a debate of morals and ethics. Like, when it boils down to it, it literally is just a debate of where your morals and ethics lie. But, like, are you willing to plagiarize content for money? Me personally, I'm not. And that's kind of what this discussion boils down to, and therefore I don't really have respect for people who are willing to do so. We talked about it similarly in the past. This was more of a joke conversation, but, like, we were talking about, I don't remember how the conversation came up. I don't remember why this conversation came up. I think someone just jokingly asked me if I would, like, ever do OnlyFans. Maybe we were talking about me starting an OnlyFans as a joke, of course. It's just a joke. Totally just a joke. But, like, the conversation came up about, like, if I would start an OnlyFans. And, like, while my joking answer at first was, obviously, I already have one. It's for feet. My feet pictures are available. They have been for years. The serious answer to that question was that I don't think I ever could, because, again, like, it would just be a breach of what I am willing to do for money. Like, I constantly have to think about at the end of my life, would I be proud of the way I lived my life? Can I look back, like, at my life on my deathbed and be happy? And to me, that's just, like, one of the most important factors to take into consideration. Like, can I lay on my deathbed and not hate myself, not be filled with regret or remorse? And it applies to almost anything in life, whether it be the plagiarism we talked about a little bit earlier, the OnlyFans we're talking about now, which I guess I should probably go close my OnlyFans account, or even like streaming in general. Like we were talking about how a lot of the metas in streaming, and this is one of the most recent topics we were discussing before I took my month-long break from streaming, before I went on my streamer summer vacation. One of the topics we were discussing, I think specifically during a shiny hunting stream, was like how I find a lot of the metas on live stream to be pretty deplorable, and I refuse to partake in them because it either involves you becoming like a clown, a grifter, or like a literal like prostitute. Like, you either have to be the laughing stock of your audience, you have to grift to your audience, either becoming like this political extremist or this like extremist in some other niche community, whether it be like an extremist within the looks maxing community or within the conspiracy theory community. Like, you have to grift to some very, very niche subculture to find viewers within such. Or there are just a lot of streamers nowadays who genuinely are like leaning into the kind of like OnlyFans content we were just talking about. And while those are some of the most popular metas right now, I don't think I could do any of those and like happily lie on my deathbed without just having the entirety of my stomach, soul, and mind just filled with regret. I just feel like it would eat away at me if, in order to try and find success online, I started just turning into like some political grifter, or just started having like a feet cam constantly on stream. Like, we have a face cam, hand cam, and there's a feet cam. I saw this one fucking clip go really popular on Twitter, and then I saw it again on TikTok. So like, it was making the rounds of this VTuber who had the most insane jiggle physics. And I know what you're probably thinking when I say that. You're gonna think like, oh, they just had huge tits, which all of them normally do. I wouldn't be bringing it up if it was just a VTuber with huge tits. That's nothing new. That's normal. It was a VTuber that was a guy, and he had a fucking huge dick
well executed.
wrapped in like boxers, like a sheath, but it had its own jiggle physics. And like, do what you gotta do to get your bag, I guess, you know, whatever you gotta do to get those Twitch primes. But again, I don't think when I'm laying on my deathbed at 80 years old, let's be honest, it's going to be more like 45 years old. Like, I don't think when I'm at the end of my life, I could look back and be like, I'm proud of the fact that I had a VTube avatar with dick jiggle physics. Like, I don't know, man. It's just insane to me. And some people might see this stream in the future and like call me a prude. Say that I'm not like hip and fucking, I don't know. Say that I'm not with the times. But I do think there is some sincerity in just having a base level
Received intel that somebody vital to enemy
of
operations
like
is here. Find them
morals,
and capture them.
ethics. And not selling out your entire soul for some like internet clout. I don't know. That's why I still have a full-time job. And I put like my relationship with my wife above streaming. Like my full-time job and my wife come first. Because the last thing I want to do is get so wrapped up mentally in the obsession of becoming a full-time content creator that you see me with a VTube avatar of a giant schlong slinging back and forth and 2 pairs of honkers going around like windmills. Sorry, people are gonna make fun of me for my fucking Pennsylvania Dutch fucking accent. Last time I used the word windmill on stream, someone in the chat called me out for saying windmill because I have that PA, like Dutch, that central PA fucking accent. They're like, "What's a windmill? Do you eat that?" That person got banned, by the way. They're never back in my chat. They're never coming back. They're never returning. I think it was one of my mods, actually, so they did not get banned. That's actually insane. What? Yeah, I'm not joking. I saw that clip both on TikTok and Twitter of this VTuber that had just dick physics, and I just don't get it. Like, what are we doing, bro?
Another job well executed.
It makes me constantly have this fluctuating, almost roller coaster of emotions. Like, I go back and forth between this low level of pessimism where I really start to get down on myself and I start to feel like I'm never gonna have success because I'm not, you know, turning myself into like a political grifter on stream, or I'm not turning myself into some like sexualized VTube avatar with dick physics. But then I also try to be optimistic sometimes, and I think to myself, well, maybe because like everyone else is doing it, eventually it'll kind of come full circle, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be like a novelty in the future that I'm one of the few people who is just a normal person on stream. So sometimes I try to look at it positively. And again, it's like a roller coaster. Some days I get super sad and pessimistic about it. Some days I get almost a little hopeful and optimistic about it because I'm like, one day being a normal person on stream might be the fucking meta. Because everyone else is gonna be such a fucking caricature, such an archetype, that it'll be almost boring because everyone's doing it. Like, if everyone's a clown, eventually just being a regular fucking human, just a relatable person, will maybe connect with people enough to become the meta. We'll see. But again, I'm not too worried about it. If not, I still have my job and my wife. And my new dog. I have a new dog. So, I at least have a couple things in life holding it down, keeping me happy. And that's what you need, you know? You can't put all your eggs in one basket. Because if I did rely solely on streaming, as like my path to success or my way to break from the Matrix, I probably would have gone insane by now. Oh wait, I want the Fullman. Fullman Prime. When you said new dog, I thought you said new dong. Yeah. The VTube avatar's coming out tomorrow with my new dong. Did you not pick that up from the conversation we've been having the last 15 minutes? Okay, I don't know what creature was flying at the top of the screen. What demon? What? It was like a pterodactyl. That was terrifying, though. That was completely terrifying. I hated that. Actually hated that. Why did I make it I did not mean to make that radiant. That's awkward. Oopsies. My bad. Yikes. They're gonna say get with the times, Gramps. You know, I wouldn't be surprised. Sometimes I think that maybe I'm falling behind the times.
You are here to find our target
But
and bring them to the extraction point.
I'd rather be old and happy than streaming with my fucking dong out. Out of context, that's a crazy clip to have on stream. That's a crazy thing to say on stream. Out of context, it's a little wild. We just get a little quirky and random on this stream, alright? But what we don't do is take our dong out, alright? Oh, I was lagging. I was so confused what was happening for a second. I'm like, ripping. I knew I was shooting bullets, but nothing was happening. But it's because we are lagging. 100%.
Success. The captive is safely in our hands. Congratulations, Tenno.
Still lagging. 100% lagging. I don't like that. That makes me feel a little unhappy. I'll be honest, we've had a really unlucky night so far. I haven't really mentioned it. I've been trying to ignore it because I didn't want to jinx it. I didn't want our bad luck to continue. But as we've been talking, ranting, and playing the game so far, the rewards we've gotten have been trash. However, as I say that, we just got a gold reward, so maybe all it took was a little bit of complaining, a little bit of whining, and Warframe rewarded us with a gold. That's what we love to see.
Great work. I am pleased with your performance.
I'm pleased with my reward, so I'm glad we're both pleased. I'm glad we could please each other. Wait, stop. I have a wife. We shouldn't be talking like this. Not in public. Sorry. This lift fissure is about to end here soon. We have 5 minutes left. We can maybe do this 1 or 2 more times, and then it's done. Yeah. Unlucky. Get like 1 or 2 more out of this.
You are here to find our target and bring them to the extraction point. Happy hunting.
Stream just stopped for me because this fuck-ass Wi-Fi. I'm so sorry. You know, I'm very thrilled that my Wi-Fi at this new house has not been bad. Because that was something I was really scared about. You know, moving. Even though I didn't, you know, move very far. as we discussed in my
Mission complete.
return
The
live
captive
stream,
has been escorted to the extraction point. Well done.
there's always still that worry that, like, with any new house, new place, the Wi-Fi is gonna suck. For example,
Well done, Tenno.
back in the day when I was streaming on the dorm room apartment, which, looking back, I can't believe I did that. I think the only reason I got away with it is because 3 out of the 4 semesters I lived in a dorm, I didn't have a roommate. So, like, I could stream from my dorm. There was no one that I was bothering. Though I say that, and yet I'm kind of hypocritical, because even the one semester I did have a roommate, I still streamed because he was also a gamer. So I asked him if it was okay if I streamed, and he said it was fine. It was a little weird, though, because the dorm situation, I should explain. I'm realizing that I'm not giving you all a ton of context. We lived in the same room. Like, we shared a room. I realize, depending on where you potentially went to college or what media you've watched of dorms, you might have different images floating around your mind. For example, like my wife, the dorms she had in college, one of them was a shared room. So her and her roommate were both in the same room, but then another dorm she had, they had a separating wall between them. So, like, that sounds nice. That sounds
Great work. I am
almost like a
pleased with your
dream.
performance.
I was jealous. The dorm situation on my campus, I had to share a room with my roommate and a bathroom. But again, I can't complain too much because I got lucky. My first year, my roommate did not show up, which I was so confused about. I guess he just, like, never showed up to school freshman year. He applied to school, did not show up to school. I guess he forgot that he applied, or maybe realized in the summer between high school and college that he didn't want to go to college. So my freshman year, like, I didn't have a roommate. And then my sophomore year, I had a roommate the first semester, but then by the second semester, he moved out. And I think I actually don't remember. Maybe he, like, moved back in with his parents or got an apartment. I don't remember why he moved out.
We
I know he
received
didn't
intel that some
drop out.
of the enemy
I know that for a
operations is
fact.
here. Find them and capture them.
But he moved out of the dorm. But anyways, it was a little awkward that one semester that I had a roommate, because he was literally in the same room as me. So it was kind of uncomfortable. I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, a bit of an anxious person. I definitely have a little bit of
Collected enough
awkwardness
reactors
when it comes to
open the
streaming
door.
around other people. I hate even just, like, I don't know. I hate recording content in front of other people, let alone having to be live for hours on end in front of other people.
Success. The captive is safely in our hands.
It doesn't bother
Congratulations,
me
Tenno.
when there's people in the chat because, like, they're not hovering over my shoulder. But having a roommate, it definitely made me feel a little awkward streaming in front of him. I think it's a mixture of social anxiety, but also the fact that I never want to feel like an inconvenience to people. Like, it's the same reason I pretty much quit vlogging after only ever making a very small, select number of vlogs. For example, like the Coaster YouTube channel I had, I think I posted 3 vlogs on that channel, and then I quit that channel. Like, I no longer uploaded that channel. And the reason I quit my Coaster YouTube channel is because I felt so uncomfortable constantly being out in an amusement park and vlogging in public, because I was always thinking about the fact that, like, I was a nuisance to the people
Another
around
job
me.
well executed.
And I was always being, like, hypercritical of, like, who was in the background of my camera. So, like, I would only vlog in these, like, secluded corners of amusement parks where no one was around me. Because I didn't want to put people in my footage who weren't a part of my, like, friend group or family. Which, to be fair, I think is a normal thing to do. Personally, like, when I watch other coaster YouTubers, I find it kind of creepy and weird when they're, like, standing in line for a roller coaster, like a packed, long line for a roller coaster of a bunch of people all crushed up together like fucking cattle. And they just whip their phone out and they're vlogging in line, and you've just got a bunch of people in the background of their vlog who did not sign up to be in their vlog. They obviously don't want to be there. And it's just awkward. Like, I don't like watching that. I will literally turn off coaster videos or amusement park videos if I see that type of content. In fact, there is one amusement park channel I was watching recently where they were vlogging at an amusement park. And they just got off a coaster. So, like, the video was them riding a coaster. Coincidentally, I have a GoPro sitting on my desk right now, so this kind of fits the clip. They had their GoPro on with them, riding the coaster. So you're watching a POV shot of the roller coaster. And then once the roller coaster ends, it cuts to them getting off of the roller coaster and walking down the exit stairs of the coaster. And they pull out their phone and they're vlogging them walking down the exit of the coaster. And there's a couple, boyfriend and girlfriend, behind them, also walking down the exit. This couple is just trying to get off the coaster. And this YouTuber's like, yeah, we just got off this coaster. That was crazy intense. The loops were insane. And the couple behind them, just trying to leave, just trying to walk down the exit, is so uncomfortable. They look at each other. They're, like, cringing. They're trying to, like, duck out of the camera, but they can't because the exit for this coaster is, like, a single file line. It's a single file stairwell. And it was so funny. I almost laughed out loud because once the coaster YouTuber got off of the last step of the stairs and back onto the main path of the amusement park, where it opens up and it's much wider, you can literally watch the couple behind them run away. Once they were able to get away and out of frame, once they weren't stuck behind a single file staircase and stuck behind a camera, they literally run away to get out of the frame, to get out of the shot. And obviously they would do that. Because, again, who the fuck wants to be in some random coaster YouTuber's video? Especially when they didn't ask to be in the video. They didn't consent to be in the video. I understand there's no expected privacy when you're in a public space, you know. I understand that, like, it's legally allowed to vlog strangers in public, but it's fucking weird and creepy. And, like, it bothers me whenever I watch, like, other vloggers do it, and it's why I stopped vlogging. I don't even remember how we got on this topic, by the way. I really don't remember how we got on this topic. This is what happens sometimes. I'll just rant for minutes on end and completely forget what the hell we were even talking about in the first place. Alright, there's no good fissures going on right now, so I might take a break to do some of our Battle Pass missions for the week. We could go talk to Maru. Or we kill 30 Xmas. Could go talk to Moreau. Wi-Fi to college to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi to college, Wi-Fi to vlogging. Oh, yeah. That's so funny. Alright, let's start backtracking then. While I'm backtracking, we're gonna go talk to Maru on Mars. So, yeah. I did vlog in my college dorms. But thankfully, I didn't have a roommate 3 out of the 4 semesters I lived in the dorms. One semester I did. My roommate was a gamer. But it still felt weird. And I, looking back on it, kind of regret. I kind of regret streaming. Yeah. I kind of regret streaming in the dorms.
Resistance crushed.
The reason I brought up streaming in the dorms in the first place, the reason I even brought that up initially, is because that's the only time I've ever really had issues with Wi-Fi on stream. Because the dorm internet was so bad. It was so bad. My streams would constantly die. I mean, expectedly. Obviously. What's happening? There's a man inside of me. There's a man inside of my ship, I should say. Yeah, the Wi-Fi was so bad in the dorms. If you just had, like, one too many people on my dorm room floor watching Netflix,
Tenno,
let alone,
me?
like,
We never
Pornhub,
got
my
introduced.
stream would die.
Name's Varzia, former Dax. Was so nice till our mutual friend over there popped my pod. Wasn't too happy about waking up with all my friends dead.
That's such a casual way to bring
And
that
a
up.
headache bigger than Hun Hao's ass. But a looker as sweet as Maru? Yeah, can help you forget anything. Huh. You're not here for my life story.
I'm really not. I got
You're
stuck.
hunting antiquities, right?
I got stuck in this
Crimes?
fucking cutscene
I
because
can
I
make that happen.
accidentally talked to you.
If you bring me Aya.
Okay, cool. Bye.
Don't go leaving anything unsaid.
No, I will be leaving, actually. There's no fast track to Maru? Where's Maru, then?
It's
Varzia.
fine if all you want is a training warframe. Instead
Where's Maru? Oh, there's Maru.
If you're
I'm
looking
Maru.
for Maru's Bazaar, looking for Ayatan? That's the spirit. Let's go!
Let's get it. I also had issues with Wi-Fi at one of the 2 apartments I lived in because I had Comcast. Fuck Comcast, by the way. I swear to
you know the
God,
drill. Get in. Get the
Comcast
Ayatan
would
treasure.
do like
Don't get
daily
simple. Right?
fucking maintenance. And granted, and I can at least admit this and acknowledge this, in their defense, they would do maintenance on their Wi-Fi and on their servers at like 2, 3 in the morning. So they would try to do it at times when most of their users are probably not awake and online. But me, being a degenerate gamer,
There's
that's
no
when I was
doubt in my mind
always
that an
online
Ayatan
and
treasure
oftentimes
is
streaming.
somewhere derelict.
So my streams would constantly
Place for all the Ayatan
die
system. You
without warning at like 2, 3 in the morning at one of my apartments before I moved in with Abby. Like, it wasn't a matter of when I wanted to end my stream. I did not get to decide when my streams ended. Comcast decided when my streams ended, which always annoyed me. How the fuck do I get over there? Am I dumb? How do I get over there? There's a wall. Oh, I needed to shoot the wall. I'm an idiot. Oh!
should be fun. Maybe you should stretch first. You know, limber up.
You want me to limber up? I have 25 seconds. I don't even know where I'm going. This sucks. I'm gonna run out of time. I didn't know where I was going. That sucks, bro. I've never gotten this puzzle before. It's so unlucky. Ah, what a bummer. We'll try again. If I'm allowed to try again twice in one day. I actually don't know, because I've never failed it before. That's crazy. I've never... That has to... Either that's new, or I've just always had the same puzzles. I've never gotten that puzzle, which is crazy.
Hey, hey! Welcome to my bazaar for you. That's the spirit.
Interesting. But yeah, no, Comcast would always end my stream. I very rarely got to decide when my own streams ended at one of my apartments.
Here we go. Let's find some antiquities.
But yeah, to go back to the original beginning of this conversation, since I got so far off track, you had to remind me, which I appreciate you reminding me. Your original question was how my Wi-Fi is at this new place. And somehow that led me to talking about vlogging and amusement parks. My Wi-Fi here is really not bad. I have 300 up, 300 down,
There's no doubt in my mind
which
that an
is
item
more than enough
somewhere
for
in
what
this derelict.
my wife and I need.
I wouldn't set foot in this place
More
for
than
a
enough.
tan of the system. You, on
Like,
the other hand,
multi-streaming on Twitch, YouTube, and sometimes I'll rarely go live on TikTok, but not much anymore because they banned me 4 times. And therefore, I don't have the best relationship with TikTok. But like, for just multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube, I needed at least 20 to 25 upload speed.
maybe you should stretch first. You know, limber up.
And therefore, having 300 upload speed is more than enough. But obviously, like, 25 is the bare minimum. Like, you could make the argument in the chat, well, if you only needed 25, why did you get 300? It's because if I only got 25, then, like, we could do nothing else. My wife could not upload anything while I'm streaming. I could not upload anything else while I'm streaming. Or if we had guests over, they could not upload anything else. So getting 300... That's so annoying because I didn't even fail the mission this time. My random failed the mission because he started it without me. He didn't even wait for me. I'm going to be stuck in this mission for goddamn forever. I don't know if I should play with randoms or not. I was hoping maybe the randoms would help me figure the puzzle out, but now they're just doing the puzzle without me and losing.
You're looking for Maru's Bazaar. Do I have any leads on do it? Okay, let's do this.
That's annoying. But the reason I went with like a 300 up, 300 down plan is not only to have a little bit extra, but also because I specifically was thinking about the download speed as well. Because, like, with content creation,
Okay, the ITAM treasure's marked on your map.
I'm constantly annoyed and, like, low-key stun-locked when I'm, like, trying to download clips, footage, or even entire VODs of a live stream. And it's just taking hours. I mean, you remember at my old place, I would want to update Fortnite. And I swear to God, Fortnite has an update every single week. And that update, that weekly update, would be bare minimum 15 gigabytes. If not 20 gigabytes, sometimes 30, 40 gigabytes. Like, if it's the start of a new season, new chapter, the Fortnite update's at least gonna be 40 gigabytes.
Well, this should be fun.
So, having a better download speed is also going to be super helpful in the future. Because hopefully, those updates should be far less brutal for me and my stream.
My oh my,
Yeah.
I think you found it. That's what we came here for. Your
Not only
job's
will it
done.
hopefully be less annoying for like my friends who I have to play video games with, but also for my stream. Because like in the past, if I was in the middle of a live stream, let's say hypothetically right now, I wanted to switch the game to Fortnite, but then I go and open Fortnite and I see, oh wait, there's a 30 gigabyte update. That then would immediately just rule out the possibility that we could play Fortnite tonight. Because for me to do a 30 gigabyte update on stream
Multiple biosignatures
would take
detected. We've got
minimum an
infested
hour,
incoming.
if not longer. And I can't just wait an hour on stream, sit around, twiddle my thumbs, and let Fortnite update. So, while 300 upload speed, I can admit, is overkill for streaming and what me and my wife are going to be using the upload speed for, the 300 download speed is kind of the perfect number for what I wanted and needed when it comes to like what I'm willing to pay for versus what I want. Because in my old place, and we talked about this, in my old place, I was at like really, really low speeds. Low comparable to like modern internet services. My upload speed, my old place was, I think it was below 100. So my download speed was also below 100. At my old place, I think I was on like a 60-60 plan. So again, 60 upload speed, more than enough, because I only need like 25 to live stream on both Twitch and YouTube. But 60 download speed was killing me. Like, it was making updating games like Fortnite take hours. Granted, that's mostly Fortnite's fault, because Fortnite, again, is a god-awful game run by a god-awful company
with
that
the impossible
decides to do god-awful updates every week that are minimum 20 gigabytes. But that's not going to change anytime soon. And therefore, I figured I might as well change. And if you can't beat them, join them. So, yeah, I went from my old internet plan, which was 60 upload, 60 download, to my new internet plan at this new house being 300 upload, 300 download. Also, my voice is getting so dry, and I don't have water today. This is like the one stream I did not bring water downstairs with me. We're just going to start sounding like The Grudge. Plus, like, 300 downloads also nice if we have like a party and a bunch of people over. It shouldn't lag out. The problem with like 60 download speed at our old place is if we had more people on the internet than like just me, my wife, and a couple other people, it could start to reach its cap, you know? It wasn't able to, for example, like host a family gathering. We couldn't host the family Kahoot. Alright, I still need to kill 30 Xmas enemies. I'm gonna go play a little bit of Sanctuary Onslaught. I did not mean to go in public. Oh, I'm so sorry. Invite only. If I go into a public lobby, I'm probably going to be one of the worst players there, and my teammates are going to kill all of the enemies. I won't get any kills. I need to go into a private lobby.
Kill everything you encounter. Do not relent. The integrity of this experiment relies on your efficiency.
Oh man, that was almost embarrassing. Cool. Alright. We should only have to play like 2 or 3 waves of Sanctuary Onslaught, and then we'll probably get our Xmas kills. It's gonna be a little bit based off luck, but that's okay. Not the end of the world. Starting off with infested enemies actually kind of helps, because I'm running Nezha, so I have the flame heat status effects running, which will do extra damage. Let's go. That's what we love to see. Also, I forgot to mention this at the beginning of the stream, but I'll mention it now that we're kind of in a bit of a boring mission. We're just going to be killing waves of enemies for the next like 10-15 minutes. I'll be 100% honest with y'all. I've been picking up a lot of OT lately, which is why I didn't stream the last 3 days. I'll be streaming today and tomorrow, and then I'm not streaming again for another 3 days. So I'm working a lot of OT. Listen, this new house isn't gonna pay for itself, so we gotta make that cash. Gotta make some extra money. But another negative side effect of working so much OT lately is I technically broke one of my promises, alright? I told y'all that I was going to finish decorating the bookshelf behind me between the last stream and this stream, and I did not finish decorating the bookshelf. Only the top 2 shelves are decorated still. The bottom 2 shelves are not done decorated, they are still incomplete. I rearranged things a little bit, but they're not finished. I can admit that.
Enter the conduit now.
Oh, my dog still has her shield. Okay. I was worried for a second. I was confused. I was so confused why my dog was not getting a shield. For some reason, her shield carried over. I don't know how or why, but I'm not going to complain. We also did not get a ton of Xmas enemies spawning in that first wave, so hopefully we get more the next 2 waves. Because at this point, it's definitely going to take minimum 3 waves. At least. Yeah. My plan is have the bookshelf done and decorated by the stream that we're doing on Sunday, because then I can show it off on Sunday. Plus, like, tomorrow we're just playing Warframe again, so you guys don't really need to see the bookshelf. It's going to be in such a small little face cam window. It doesn't matter. But on Sunday, that stream, I want to have the bookshelf done. One of the things I want to continue grinding out this year, and honestly, I think at the rate we're going, we might be able to finish this goal by the end of 2026. I want to continue our grind towards 100%ing the achievements in Warframe. Obviously, we're probably never going to 100% Warframe the game. That's insane. This is literally an MMO. Trying to 100% an MMO is an insane task that would take tens of thousands of hours. However, we are only 9 Steam achievements away from 100%ing all of the achievements in this game. which I do think is possible. I do think it's viable by the end of the year. It's just going to take a lot of work. It's going to take a lot of grinding. And some of that grinding I'm going to do, admittedly, off-stream. I'm going to do some of the boring grinding off-stream. But anything that is important, significant, and also entertaining, I'll do on-stream. For example, I'm not going to do any achievements off-stream. Like, I will not unlock an achievement off-stream. That would be insane. That would be silly. But I will do some of the boring grinding off-stream. And part of the reason I wanted to 100% the achievements in this game is because I'm very torn about how much we're gonna keep playing this game in the future. Now, I'm not quitting. I should get that out of the way. I realize that sounded very sad, almost ominous. It sounded like the start of a eulogy, like I was giving the opening speech at a funeral. No, that's not what I mean. I just mean, like, I've spent over 1,000 hours of my life playing this game. It's the game I have the second most amount of hours on in Steam, just behind Counter-Strike. Counter-Strike I have 3,000 hours in. This game I have 1,000 hours in. And probably the game I have the third most amount of hours in out of any game I've ever played. Like, Minecraft doesn't track your hours, but Minecraft's probably first place above both Counter-Strike and Warframe. The only reason I know my exact hours for these two games is because Steam tracks them. But I'm obviously not quitting. I just think I'm starting to get a little bored of playing by myself. So until we have, like, more people to play with, or, you know, I start to get those feelings of withdrawal, you know, those symptoms, that the itch to play again, I might take a short little break from Warframe once we 100% all of the achievements in the game. Another reason I want to take a break from Warframe is because Soulframe is currently in beta and hopefully coming out soon. And I low-key am enjoying Soulframe more from what little I've experienced of it. For those of you who haven't seen my Soulframe streams, it's another game made by Digital Extremes. It's not a sequel, not a prequel. It's only very, very loosely related to Warframe, but I don't even think you could call them, like,
Enter the data conduit.
I have to be very careful with my word choice, because, like, they're canonically related, but I don't think they're canonically the same game. Does that make sense? Anyways, I'm being very careful with my word choice. Digital Extremes, the game development company that made Warframe, is currently working on Soulframe. And it's still in beta, so it's not fully released yet. But I've been playing it, and I low-key like that game more, because it's fantasy themed. And I love the fantasy theming way more than I love the space theming of Warframe. Like, can I tell you all a secret? All right, tell you all a little secret. I low-key don't give a fuck about space games. I don't. The only reason I like playing Warframe is because I think the characters are cool. All right, all these little characters are cool. I think the guns are fucking awesome. And the fact that you can customize the guns however you want is also awesome. Like, if I want this gun to shoot viral status, I can do that. But if I also wanted to shoot electric bullets in the click of like 2 buttons, I could change it from shooting viral toxic bullets to shooting electric bullets that shock the enemies and stun them so they stand still for a second when they get hit. Or I could change this gun completely so it doesn't do different status effects, but instead it just does crazy amount of critical damage. And I rely almost more on like kind of luck and critical hits. And if I do land those critical hits, my damage multiplies. And it becomes this like exponential curve of insane damage numbers that we can hit. I love that. I love the customization with the guns. I love the characters. And I also enjoy a lot of the story in this game. But the one thing about Warframe that I've never really cared about and has almost been a little bit of a turnoff for me is that it's a space-themed game. Because I don't care about space. I've never been a fan of space. Space games aren't for me. The only reason I've been willing to ignore that with Warframe is because I think Warframe is really cool in a lot of other ways. But Soulframe is very similar to Warframe. Shut up, Nora, I'm talking. Soulframe is very similar to Warframe, but it's fantasy themed instead of space themed. And I love that. So I might take a break from Warframe after we 100% all of the Steam achievements to go maybe focus more on Soulframe. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I obviously would never quit Warframe because I, whether incorrect or not, believe in the sunk cost fallacy. And therefore, I don't think I could ever allow myself to just quit a game that I've put 1,000 hours into. It's the same reason I don't think I could ever quit Counter-Strike, even though I've quit most of the other shooter games that I've played. Like, I've quit Valorant, I've quit Apex, I quit PUBG, I quit, what are other games I used to play? H1Z1. Like, most shooter games I've played in my life, I've quit. But I can't quit Counter-Strike because I've put 3,000 hours into it, and that would feel like a waste of my life. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Ew, there's a bug on my desk. I only noticed it when I dropped my phone because it started to run away. It was scared by the sound of me dropping my phone. Well, now I feel like I have to kill this bug. Or at the very least, I need to get rid of it because it's going to bother me. Give me one moment, chat. It's gonna bother me if I don't get rid of this bug on my desk. What type of bug are you? I can't really tell because you're hiding underneath my Switch controller, my Pro controller. I'll be back, chat. I need to kill this bug. It's really gonna bother me. What bug are you? I need to move the controller without it running away. Oh, it's just an ant. Okay, well, you're definitely dying. Like, if you were a spider, I would have maybe let you live, because spiders at least are helpful. But an ant is literally doing nothing but causing me pain and sorrow and multiplying in ways that I can only cause rage. It's just going to piss me off. Kill the ant. I'll be right back. To throw it away in my trash can. Okay. Anyways.
Welcome.
So what else is left on our battle pass challenges? We need to play one mission, easy. Kill 100 Xmas enemies. I'm not doing that on stream. I don't even know if I want to do that at all. I don't even know if I care. Truthfully. I don't know if I care. I am going to spend some of the credits that we've earned. Sorry, I have the hiccups. Some of the credits we've earned from the Battle Pass on Critical Mutation. Because it's a mod that I don't own. And it seems kind of good. It boosts crit chance, which is something I was just talking about. And that's always a good thing in my eyes. Thumbs up from me. So we'll purchase that mod. Alright, yeah, let's just see if we have any cool fissures we can do quickly. Some Sabo fissures. Crossfire Exterminate. There's still like no good fissures. Interesting. We could do this gift from the Lotus. Zach was telling me about this. Melon Wizard literally messaged me and told me to do this before it ends in 3 days. If I do this, though, I want to do it in public, because I don't know if I'll be strong enough to do this on my own. Let's do this. Because there's no fissures that I want to do right now, like, not a single fissure mission I want to do, we'll do the gift from the Lotus mission. Cool, cool, cool. Oh. I forgot. I always get Disruption mixed up with the other mission type. I forgot what Disruption was. Alright, this shouldn't be that bad, actually. Especially with a public lobby, Disruption should be really easy. For some reason, I thought Disruption missions were difficult. Like, again, I always get them mixed up. I thought it was one of the difficult missions that, like, I don't like. This is not bad.
Demo unit coming in fast. That thing bows and you can kiss the conduit goodbye.
Alright. Alright, enemy over here. Cool. Got rid of him. That's valid. Yeah, like I said, I don't want to quit Warframe forever. I just want to reach a point where, like, I'm satisfied with what I've accomplished in this game, and I can take a break and not feel like incomplete. You know what I mean? Because, like, when I took my 4-year-long break from Warframe recently, like from 2020 to 2024, 2025, like, I stopped playing Warframe for almost 4 years. That almost felt like kind of sad, because I stopped playing with so much left to do, so much incomplete, and I felt like I kind of regretted it because I left so much on the table. I had so much that I still wanted to accomplish, like the Steam achievements, for example. And obviously, even if we were to complete all of the Steam achievements today, there's still a ton of things in Warframe that I have not accomplished, and I want to accomplish. But that's why I won't quit the game, because we can always go back and play those things. I think the Steam achievements are more of just like a a nice resting point, a nice place to pause, you know? And then we can come back and finish things that I haven't done. For example, I still have yet to complete every quest in the game, which is kind of sad and silly to admit. There's still a lot of, like, the side game modes, like little mini games that I haven't done. For example, Warframe has a ton of little mini games. There's a fighting game inside of Warframe. There's a PvP minigame inside of Warframe. And I've played both of those. But there's also a dating game inside of Warframe. I've never played that. There's I think there's now like a new little like racing game inside of Warframe. I've never played that either. So there's like new things I want to try out. So that's just another reason I can confidently say that I'll never quit Warframe. I just want to get to a point where I can happily pause,
Demo unit incoming. Don't
take a break from the game, and not feel bad about it. But then return to the game as needed, play the game again when I want to, and we'll, you know, play the dating game at my own convenience.
What do you reckon?
So, we'll see. I'm very excited about Soulframe, though. My only worry with Soulframe is that, like, with a lot of MMOs, whenever they try to make a sequel, the sequel very rarely gets popular. So my fear with Soulframe is that no one's going to play it, and it's going to very quickly kind of fade away into obscurity. Like, an example that I was talking about with one of my friends in real life, but I don't think I've talked about it on stream, is MapleStory. I played a ton of MapleStory 2. I tried MapleStory 1, didn't really get into it that much. I played a ton of MapleStory 2. MapleStory 2 doesn't even exist anymore. But MapleStory 1 still exists. And it's because there's just more of an OG player base. There's more of a loyal player base to the original MapleStory. And I feel like there's a lot of examples of that across many MMOs. And I'm worried the same thing's going to happen with Warframe. Like, Warframe is technically an MMO. I know it's not an MMO at its core. It falls more into the looter-shooter genre, but it also is technically an MMO. And therefore, because it has a bit of an MMO community around it, I'm worried that community is going to stick to Warframe, and they're going to be more loyal to Warframe, and not care about Soulframe. So, I can already tell that Soulframe's, like, okay, I shouldn't speak in such concrete terms. I was about to say, I can already tell I'm gonna like Soulframe more. I'm gonna prefer Soulframe. Like, I shouldn't speak in such absolutes, but like, if I want to be a little exaggeratory, I do think Soulframe will be the game I like significantly more than Warframe. I do think it'll be my preferred game, and I'll probably end up choosing it over Warframe, as long as they put the proper time and care into developing it. But if I'm not exaggerating, and I choose more polite wording. It's very likely I'll pick Soulframe over Warframe, but too early to tell because the game's in beta. It is too early to tell, I can admit that. But it's very likely that I'm gonna probably prefer Soulframe in the long run. However, I'm just worried that the rest of the community is not going to agree with me. And like a decade from now, Soulframe's gonna end up going bye-bye, you know? It's gonna be like MapleStory 2 all over again. Where I put a ton of time, energy, and blood, sweat, and tears into MapleStory 2 just for that game to get fucking deleted. All of that time was wasted. Though I guess that's just like the risk you run with playing like online games. Really any like live service games is you're technically risking the waste of your own time. Like there is a chance you're wasting your time. Part of the reason why lately I've spent way more time just playing single player games. Because, well, one, I know I'm not wasting my time, and also, there is, like, a really nice, almost, like, prideful feeling about checking a game off of my to-do list. Clearing a game out of my backlog. Even if it's a silly game, like Ridge Racer 64, for example, the game we played most recently on stream. Like, that's a game I don't actually care about that much, but I can now say that it's no longer sitting in my video game backlog. So that's cool. I don't know. Again, very torn about how many like online games I want to play in the future on stream, how many multiplayer games I want to play. Because I have been having a lot of fun just playing single player games and kind of just talking with chat. You never waste my time. Listen, I can show you a good time, brother. Alright. Once we finish this Gift of the Lotus mission, I think, try to go back to playing Fissures. I don't know. I also can't stream for a super long time tonight because I have to work again tomorrow. However, tomorrow's live stream, we can play for a little bit longer because I don't have work the next day. So, like, tonight, our stream is limited to a relatively short stopping time due to the fact that I've worked again in the morning. But then when we come back after work tomorrow, I don't have work the next day. Thank God. So tomorrow's stream we can spend a little bit more time grinding out fissures and stuff, which is good because that's probably the last day that I will play Warframe during this year's TennoCon. So it's now or never. If we want to get our rewards out of TennoCon, if we really want to get the most out of this year's TennoCon, I need to grind out tonight and tomorrow. So those are the only 2 days I can play during this year's TennoCon. Otherwise, I'm at work. The guy who takes my spot is always late, and this is not an exception. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, best friend. Yeah, I feel so bad for you. Literally, almost every time we've talked lately, you've been at work. I realize I'm not really killing any enemies, but I also don't really see this. Where are they all at? Oh, they're all over here. It's like a wave of them. Okay. Well, they're dead now. Beautiful. That's okay. It's probably better we end the stream soon. Not only so I have enough sleep for work tomorrow, but also because I'm tired as fuck. The last thing I want to do is just be sitting here on stream constantly yawning. You know what I almost forgot. Good thing I remembered. We have a ton of argon crystals I need to use before the end of the stream. I need to find some dumb crafting recipe to use them in or something, so they don't go to waste. Dude, I hate argon crystals, let me tell you. Argon crystals are one of the only resources in this game where if you don't use them, they slowly decompose. So they have like a half-life. So let's say I have 16 argon crystals tonight and I don't use them. Tomorrow I'll have 8. The next day I'll have 4. The next day I'll have 2. The next day I'll have 1. And then after that I'll have 0 argon crystals. So whenever you do find an argon crystal, you have to use it almost immediately in a crafting recipe, or else they'll go away. They'll disappear. And that annoys me. That pisses me off. So we need to use these argon crystals now, basically. I need to use them right now, before I forget. But then, of course, whenever I need an argon crystal, whenever I have a crafting recipe on my mind, actively, forefront of my brain, and that crafting recipe requires argon crystals, I have none of them. Argon crystals. I have 5 right now. You craft this helmet with 2 of them. You craft that helmet with 1 of them. I don't have enough plastids for this. It's always plastids. I always need plastids in this game. It's actually a joke. It's kind of fucked up. I should craft an Omniforma. Actually, though. Okay. Omniforma. I'm not going to craft that helmet because it requires all of my plastids. I'd have 0 plastids left. Let's do the Stynax helmet. And maybe the Zaku Prime systems. Do I have Zaku Prime? Let me double check before I do this. So if I have Zaku Prime, I don't need to do this. I don't have Zaku Prime, so it is worth crafting this. It's going to use up all of my cryotic. That's fine. Fine. It's fine. I'm not upset. Is this live or repeat? This is actually live. I feel like I've created an issue, a trust issue with my chat after playing that pre-recorded footage the other day. It was worth it though. It was a good bit. I thought it was fun. It was worth it for the bit. Okay. We used up all of our Argon crystals. Question now is, before we end the stream tonight, what else do I want to do? We did our Gift of the Lotus alerts. I don't really care about this arbitration. I don't care. I don't care about that. We did our Gift of the Lotus. Okay.
You must be feeling guilty. Need to atone. I'll oblige. Let my gavel ring justice on
We
your
could do the sortie
sins.
if there's no good void fissures. I don't hate that idea. I don't hate it. Let's see what fissures there are right now. There's an Axie Rescue. I don't trust that in public lobbies, though, because people mess that up all the time. People mess up rescues all of the time. Bricks and minifig situation's wild. I haven't kept up with it for, like, the last 2 weeks. Last I watched any videos about it or, like, read any social media posts about it was, like, 2 weeks ago. So I don't know anything new. I don't know anything recent. There's, like, no good lith fissures right now either. The Mesos, I don't think either of those are quick. Those are like long sabotage missions. Let's do the sortie. I'm very torn right now. What time is it? 10:29? Yeah. This might be one of the last things we do on stream. Unless, once we get out of this mission, there's another good mission we want to do. But if not, like, if we leave this mission and there's still nothing else of worth, like, we leave this mission and all the other missions still suck, this is probably the last mission we're going to do tonight. Which is fine. It's getting late. Press wrong button there for a second. We're not going to talk about it. Don't worry about it. Oh my god, we are getting our hands tied on... We're getting just our shit rocked, honestly. I don't even know why I'm trying to say it politely. Released his third video. More footage proving the police are ignoring evidence. Huh. I didn't know the third video was out. I thought he wasn't going to be able to release the third video. Because of the lawsuit and stuff. Interesting. I might have to go watch that third video. Why is there a Jade Eximus above me? Get away. Gross freak. Leave me alone, you freak. I don't appreciate the Jade Eximus that is actively attacking me. Sucks. We're getting kind of rocked right now. Oh my god, they got They got the C site. We're actually struggling. I mean, it definitely doesn't surprise me in Utah, where it's just kind of like, I don't want to use the word cult. I feel like that's exaggeratory. But it definitely gives off the vibes from the videos I've watched. And not only just about that situation, but other situations involving the Utah police. That, like, the Mormon church kind of protects their own. Which is weird. Why can I not damage this enemy? Am I lagging? What is happening? Is that a Spectre? But if so, why does it not have the word Spectre above it? Is that crazy? I feel like I'm going crazy. Mind? Okay. Listen, if I can be so honest with you, I don't know what my teammates are doing. I feel like I'm bouncing around from the A site and the C site and defending both of them by myself. But I have 4 teammates. Sorry, there's 3 teammates. 4 of us total. And we can't defend any of these sites. What is going on? Oh my god, now we're losing the A site, but I'm still capturing. I'm still working on C, so I'm not able to defend A. We just lost A. That's actually insane. I don't know what our team is doing. Do we just have people AFK right now? What is going on, actually? It's like we just have AFK teammates. We'll go back to the D site. Yeah, there's 4 people on this team and 4 sites, and we're not properly defending them. I don't know how. You're not mishearing things. The numbers just aren't adding up. The math is not mathing. I'm so confused. Like, we are winning right now. This mission is not a failure, but it's taking way longer than it needs to because we can't properly defend our sites. I don't know what the hell's going on. No, I swear it's like someone's AFK. Okay. I'm getting tired. I almost hope this can be the last mission of the night. As much as I would love to see like a really cool mission appear after this one, and we can go like play something fun, get some good loot. I also want to go to bed. Alright, what do we still need to capture? B? Capture B. God. That sucks. 3 Xmas just appeared out of nowhere. It's crazy. don't know why we have 3 people on B, but it's fine. I mean, it's not really fine, but whatever. I'll go back to D. I'm not upset about it. Who's... ton of Xmas enemies here. This is crazy. Oh, I didn't grab my... God dang it. That was a waste of time. I'm gonna go to C. Alright, we're finally getting things back under control. That was so silly to start. Alright, I'm just gonna bounce back and forth between A and C. Cool. I was running out of mouse pad there for a second. They just kept running left. I only had so much left space left on my mouse pad. Pun intended. What are you doing? Don't do that. Who gave you permission to do that? I didn't say you could hack that console. Okay. I actually do like this game, but it's always one that's too overwhelming. I mean, I don't blame you. Like, I don't think I could ever pick up another MMO in my adult lifetime. Like, I always joke around that this is the one and only MMO I'll probably ever play. Now, granted, I'm technically being a little exaggeratory when I say that, and it's definitely more for the joke. It's more of a joke statement. I have played more than one MMO, but most MMOs I've played, I've either spent less than 10 hours in or less than 100 hours in. This is the only MMO I've ever put more than 100 hours in. Maybe with a few exceptions, like maybe Mabinogi I put over 100 hours in, just barely. Maybe Maple Story 2 I put over 100 hours in. But like, I think it helps that I started playing Warframe when I was still a kid, and I had the time to play an MMO. I had the free time for an MMO.
The data you have collected here today
And I
will
think
go a long way in supporting our cause.
the only reason I'm still playing it, and coincidentally, we were just talking about this on stream before you got here. Only reason I'm still playing Warframe is because I now have 1,000 hours in it, and I feel like if I quit, it would be a waste of those 1,000 hours. It would be a waste of that time. So,
Would you look at you? Worthless,
yeah,
ugly freaks!
this is like the one MMO I've ever really gotten into, and the only MMO. It's the first and the last MMO I'll ever play. And like I said, therefore, I don't really blame you, because in my adult life, I just don't have the free time to pick up a new MMO and start grinding it out. Like, with a full-time job, a wife, a dog, and now a house to take care of, I don't have the free time to just, like, start playing RuneScape as, like, a new hobby. No. Can't. Sorry. It's not an option. If I wanted to play RuneScape now as an adult, I'd have to quit 2 of those other things I just mentioned. I'd either have to get rid of the full-time job, the house, the wife. Like, I just can't play RuneScape. It's not allowed.
Tenno, you are here to infiltrate data vaults and retrieve highly sensitive enemy information.
So, I don't know. That's another reason I'm like constantly taking breaks from Warframe. Throughout the like almost decade now I've been playing this game, I've taken multiple breaks, whether it be, you know, a couple month-long breaks or it be a couple years. Like, I'm always taking a break from this game because I just don't have time for this game. Sometimes it's for a couple months, sometimes it's for a couple years. Might as well get rid of the wife, replace her with a gamer. Wait. It's not gonna let me use the cipher. Oh, that's not good. It's fine. I just had to lock in. I had to lock in, everything's fine. Why is the A site purging data? If these losers mess this up for me. I'm nowhere near the A site, so I can't help them. I won't be able to get there in time. I successfully ran to the C site. You morons. I ran to the C site, which was the furthest site away, and completed it before they even got to A. And when they did get to A, they messed it up. I'm leaving this squad. Give me a new squad.
Sector.
Give me a different squad.
You must be feeling guilty. Need your
Now, what in the hell are we doing?
Tenno,
How's
you
the
are
life, by the
here to
way?
infiltrate
Pretty good.
data vaults and
We've
retrieve
both been
highly
very
sensitive
stressed
enemy
since
information.
moving, because we still have not finished painting the house. We still have not finished unpacking our stuff. And we still have a lot to do within the house. Little projects we want to get done, but we are trying to accept the fact that that's just going to take a while. It's not going to be something that we accomplish within the first couple weeks, let alone probably the first couple months. This time I'm going to go to A. So it's just a matter of, yeah, like trying to accept that, like I said. This is probably the one they messed up last time, because they got spotted so early, and they couldn't do these puzzles quick enough. Now, of course, I also got spotted. The difference is, though, I'm going to be able to finish this in time. I'm just goated like that. 10 seconds, don't mind me. I'm just goated like that. Don't even worry about me. I don't care if there's 10 seconds left. I don't let the pressure get to me. We finish this puzzles easily. I just genuinely am that guy. I've always been that guy. Oh, these guys got it. I don't want to mess them up. I want to help them, but I know if I go down there, there's a chance I'll trip off the alarm, so I'm just going to stay up here. Speaking of doing things around the house, I can't remember if I told you my parents' basement flooded. So I've been helping them with it. Finally done everything to help them. For the record, no, I do not live with their parents, nor in their basement. Thank you for the clarification.
As easily as I take your life, your power.
See, I was really worried that our basement was gonna flood. And it's not a real thing I should have worried about. I was just being paranoid because we don't live like at the bottom of a hill. If anything, we live at the top of a hill. Like, but you know, again, it was our first.
Would you look at you? Worthless, ugly
I don't know.
freaks.
I'm just a very paranoid person. So we've only been living here a couple weeks. It was our first rainstorm that we lived through, like heavy rainstorm. And I started getting nervous because I'm like, what if the drain on the roadside clogs and the water starts building up and flooding along the road and it gets to like our basement? And that is like a complete insane thing to be paranoid about. And even if that were to happen, like, I could just try to go out there and unclog the drain along the road. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason I just had this intense anxiety and paranoia that our basement was going to flood because we had never lived here long enough yet to be here when a rainstorm happened. However, we've now officially lived through our first rainstorm at this house, and it was a very bad rainstorm, like crazy rainstorm, and it did not flood, so I'm feeling good about that. It helped ease my paranoia. Yeah, definitely like a lot of little projects we had to work on. And like little things I'm learning that I would not have known before because I've never owned a house before. Like, for example, where is this star? Oh my gosh, I can't find it. I don't know where that Ayatan star is, and I'm low-key giving up on trying to find it. At least it didn't expose any leaks in your roof. That's also true. Who tripped off the timer? Which one of you tripped off the timer? I'm not even there with you. I was trying to pick up a star. Oh, I can't help. I'm literally not there to help. That's a window. LMAO. Okay, thank God they got the hostage. Listen, I have so much pent-up rage at my last squad that screwed me over. I should trust this squad. This squad's good, but my last squad was not good, so I got worried when they tripped off the alarm. Anyways, yeah, now that I own a house, there's like little things we're learning, and I'm having to like teach myself through the guidance of friends, family, and YouTube tutorials. For example, recently, during one of the big heat waves, our AC stopped working, and at first I thought, like, okay, maybe it just can't keep up with the heat, you know? Like, the AC is just not strong enough to keep up with the 100 plus degree weather. And then after one day passed and it wasn't really working, wasn't really pumping out AC, 2 days passed and it still wasn't working. I stopped giving it the benefit of the doubt and I started thinking maybe it's just broken. So I started doing some digging and actually trying to find solutions instead of just, again, giving it the benefit of the doubt. And we learned that the coils on our AC were frozen over. Probably from overworking itself, but also, again, still frozen over is not good. And that was something we had to learn about, but we got it, resolved. And honestly, it wasn't the end of the world. It really wasn't that big of a deal. It's just something I didn't know how to fix, and I had to teach myself how to fix. And I have a feeling that's going to be a lot of home ownership, is like learning of a problem I didn't know about and using like Reddit and YouTube and online tutorials to teach me how to fix it. It helps that I have, again, like family and friends I can also go to for advice, but yeah, the AC not working for like 2 days in 100-degree weather sucked. That sucked ass. There's a lot. People in general don't really know. Yeah. But we're learning, We're learning, and that's what matters. Anyways, I said that was going to be our last mission of the night. Completing
I'm very excited
this
now.
sortie.
The anticipation. Ooh, I always learn so much from a live dissection.
Brother, we literally just killed you. Why are you still talking? We just completed the sortie, which was the last mission I said I was going to do. So now that that's done, I think we're going to end the stream. Because otherwise, there's no good missions left on the board. There's nothing else I want to do tonight. Hopefully when we come back tomorrow, there'll be some more exciting things to do. And better yet, some more rewarding things to do. Because, like, I'll be honest, while, we did some helpful Gift of the Lotus missions, and we did a sortie, as far as fissures are concerned, like grinding ducats, literally the title of the stream, we didn't make a lot of money. We didn't earn a lot of ducats tonight, I'll be honest with you boys. So I'm hoping tomorrow can be a more profitable live stream. But on the bright side, we did complete some Battle Pass challenges tonight as well. So it's not like we didn't accomplish anything. We just didn't make a lot of money. So, unlucky. We're still a bit of low income, and we're still poor in this game, is what I'm trying to say. We're broke in the game of Warframe. We are a broke Warframe player. But anyways, I think I'm going to head out here. I do wish you all the best. I'll be back tomorrow with more Warframe as we continue to celebrate TennoCon 2026. And I'll see y'all then. Otherwise, have a nice night, boys. Take care.